Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which we call The House. This is where we congregate. That's where we get down and talk business and shoot the shits and talk about people, okay? Not necessarily in a bad way, because we try to give our opinions, which everybody have an opinion like they have a butthole, okay? And what we're saying is our own opinions. It's not making it like it's the holy grail. It's the truth. You should go by this, that, and the third. Okay. Now, if you had experiences with whatever subject topic we're discussing on our platform over here, then that's your truth. You know what I'm saying? This is what you experienced. This is what happened, and you're trying to relate to the subject topic. And that's cool. But you know, hey, over here, like I said, we just shooting the shit, strewing the fat, and we ain't making no exclusive type of statements, okay? We just got our own opinions, and everything over here is alleged and all that good stuff. So why don't we just get into it? We got Jayden Smith, okay? Will Smith's son, talking about his mama giving him some psychedelic drugs. Okay? Psychedelic drugs. I'm like, first of all, where you get them from? Where do you get them from, Jada? Where you get them from? And was Will Smith, when he did that slap on television at the Oscars, was that a part of your psychedelic treatment that it seems like your son is saying you did to every last one of them in the family? Okay? Subscribe to both of those channels, please, and thank you in advance. But we get it from the Jasmine brand. Yes, subscribe to that channel, which is the channel we're on right now. That's Jayden, and that's his mom, Jada. And he is saying his mom introduced the family to psychedelic drugs. Okay, like woo, she wasn't even in the flower child days back in the 70s when everything was like groovy, peace, love, and they was high as hell. You know what I'm saying? They weren't getting fired because everybody was high as hell. Everything was just groovy. Child. Oh, but anyway, we get it from the Jasmine brand. It's our resource for this particular article. It may go into somebody else saying something, but we're just going to use the Jasmine brand because I am on her page, okay? There's a staff writer by the name of Monique Nicole, and she titled her article, Jada Smith says his mom, Jada Pinkett Smith, introduced psychedelics to their family. Okay, now he's saying that, we ain't saying that, he's saying it, okay? We're just listening and reading and making our own opinions. We go on into the article. It says, according to Jayden Smith, psychedelics has been a major help in his life and have benefited him and his family. Okay? I don't know what psychedelic drugs be beneficial for anybody. You know, maybe to help a trauma victim remember certain things. Maybe they do that in, you know, the medical field. Not quite sure. I think I've heard something about that. But right now, it's hearsay. But anyway, going back to the article, it says last week, Jada Smith was a guest speaker at the Psychedelic Science Conference in Denver, Colorado, where he opened up about his experiences using the substance. The 24-year-old revealed that it was his mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, who initially introduced him to hallucinogens, okay? I think it was my mom, actually, that was really the first one to make that step for the family. It was just her for a really, really long time. And then eventually it just trickled and evolved, and everybody found it in their own way. Okay? So Jayden Smith shared that psychedelics were especially helpful for him and played a role in him becoming more empathetic towards his siblings, Sister Willow, 22, and half brother Trey Smith, 30. Okay. Siblings can argue so much and fight so much. And Lord knows me and my siblings have done so much of that in the past. But the level of love and empathy that can feel for them inside of the psychedelic experience drug and outside of the experiences have been something that's profound and beautiful. Smith also said that psychedelics has helped resolve conflict between him and his siblings. It would actually help us to open up our minds to get out of the old ways of thinking that got us into lots of things, meaning arguments, and open up about it so that it just release and make room for you to work it out and massage it out until it's completely gone. While there's some clinical research that suggests that are benefits to using psychedelics, it is still illegal in most states. According to reports, there is indeed evidence that proves that hallucinogens does increase emotional empathy. However, like most things, there are pros and cons. The downside is psychedelic use can cause psychosis and other hallucinations related disorder, memory impaired, sleep disruption, short-term depression. It can also give you a negative experience with the proper setting and dosage. While Jada Smith did not disclose how long he's been using psychedelics, it appears the actor has been using them for a while. And I'm going to say, yeah, sure did. He was using it for a long time. A brother man up here carrying a case or pocketbook that looked like a house. Okay, then he's dressed in feminine. And sometimes, really all the time, he look high as hell, tell you the truth. He just look like, hey, this is my life. And I'm going to live it the way I want to live it. And I'm going to partake of whatever hallucinogens I can. Because my mama taught me how to do it and use it. And I feel comfortable being on the medication. So I'm guessing whatever he's suffering from in a mental health field, he chooses to substitute, the ooh-wee, the weed, reefer. He'd rather use that instead of popping pills in pill management when it comes to his health. All right. It says, what are your thoughts on Smith family using psychedelics? Let us know in the comments below. Okay, I didn't see any comments that I could read off to you all. But yes, that came straight from the Jasmine brand. Will and his family over there getting high, allegedly, on the ooh-wee, allegedly, because we're getting it from his son. So his son, most of his life, as we can say, because I'm sure he lives on his own right now. But the most part of his growing life and evolving life was centered around his mother gauging and navigating his space or his environment. So I don't know. I think that's half ass crazy and batshit crazy that you would use, drugs to. Well, I guess it's a double-edged sword. You're either gonna release your pain through talk therapy with a little or not pain management methods, or you're going to go holistically speaking, take part of the ooh-wee. Okay, the weed, the reefer, however ganja, however they say it these days. I don't know. I used to know it as reefer when I was in my teenage years growing up in high school or attending high school. It's reefer, okay? Then it came to be weed. And now it is called, I have no idea. Put it in the comments if y'all know. But yeah, that's a hot mess. I'm like, so that's where the red table talk came from, allegedly. All of them sitting up there high as hell, and they gonna discuss things of a personal nature to release all their inhibitions and leave it on the floor right where they at. And when they leave said table, they are feeling refreshed. They're feeling healthy and they have all the good emotions going on. The serotonin is kicking up in the brain cells and releasing its chemicals in the brain. And Jayden sits like he wants to go and use the ooey, and everything's fine with that. I'm like, next you're gonna be smoking a peace pipe along with the Native Americans, or what else you gonna do? Because we worried about you, Jayden, and the rest of the family, because that's something new. I remember, well, I didn't catch many of her table talks. I probably caught, you could put it on one hand and you could take two fingers. I really didn't like it because I was like, okay, she want everybody to release their truth. But when it comes to her and August Alsina, she said it was a situation. She said it was an entanglement. But Will said, no, you was doing something outside of the marriage that I did not give you permission to. That wasn't the past you were supposed to use. The boy was brought in our house to heal by our son Jayden. Next thing I know, you getting sexual healing going on from Marvin Gaye. Okay? Sexual healing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that song from Marvin Gaye. But I was like, okay, now this shit has hit the fan now. Why are you going? Why is your kids out there, Jada, Will? Why are y'all son out there looking a hot mess, thinking it's fashion? But maybe I just don't have the fashion sense, because the stuff that I saw him in I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed. I'm like, dude, either put on the women's clothes and wear it straight, or put them clothes on that men wear, okay? Because you're getting on my nerves. You can't be both. Can't be a woman and a man. God, dog. Be one or the other. Same thing, I saw a commercial. I think it was an eyewear commercial. They got Dwayne Wade's son, daughter over there looking like a dude. I'm like, wait a minute now. And it could have been an African made up imagery they were going for, but the first thing I saw that came to my mind, okay, was a boy. I'm like, now this boy is already trying to transition into a female. Now, why is he looking like a dude, but he wants the world to see him as a female? And see, I ain't really too cool and kosher with Zaya. What her name? Zaya. Zion. No, I think it was Zion. There's Zaya. Hell, the child. Let's just say the child, okay? Because she's still a child. The child goes with, if they're still dating, because I don't really know until it hit the newsstand. She is dating. I mean, he is. Well, okay. Let's just say the boy, the girl. Oh, I'm getting confused, okay? Because I don't want to disrespect him or her in any way of what I'm trying to say. But he was born a boy. He's transitioning into a girl. As far as looks, see, I don't know if they're going to get the surgical thing going on or not, but just the facial features and the clothing, that's what the child is giving us. But I was like taken back. I was bamboozled. I was hoodwinked. I said, damn, y'all trying to make us believe that Dwayne Wade's son, who looks like a girl, like to dress in girls' clothing, now y'all got him looking like a school young boy that's in a prep school. You know how you be preppy dressing? And you got the eyewear to boot? Well, I think she was selling eyewear. Or doing a commercial about eyewear. Because I can't remember, was it Lens Crafters or was it somebody else? That's neither here nor there. But it was an eyewear place, and they were showcasing the child facial features, okay? As well as, like the top part of her. But the kicker is, if I am still understanding the situation currently, the child is dating someone who is of another race. Nothing wrong with that. Going to get with who you want to get with, and it's all good in the neighborhood. But the child is dating a child that was born a female. Okay, but the female is acting and looking like a boy. So at first glance, you would see her, you may see two boys out there. And then depending on how his girlfriend is looking, you may assume that she's a boy, but she's the female. Which in actuality, she was born a female. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to understand where they're trying to get us to understand about the child, meaning the Wade child. Because technically, if we're speaking on biologically, the child was born a male, and who he's dating was born a female. So technically, isn't that a heterosexual relationship? I'm confused. Get down in the comments and let me know. Am I mixing it up in my head, or do I got it right? Okay, so we don't talk about it. Y'all can talk about it down in the chat section. Be nice to each other, because we all just speaking our mind, just making opinions, seeing our perspectives. That's it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.